Hello everyone, back to breaking news with me, Dita Putri Tampake, who will accompany you during the news. Today, I will report about the mutilation case that occurred in Papua. Komnas HAM on duty immediately investigated the case. Komnas HAM submitted a report on the case of mutilation of Papuans involving tennis soldiers in Pigapu village, East MIPA district, MIPA Regency, Papua. In total, there are 10 perpetrators involved in this mutilation case. Komnas HAM Commissioner BK Umang Hapsara said of the 10 perpetrators, 6 of them were tennis soldiers and 4 were civilians. Of the 4 civilians, 1 of them is still a fugitive. 6 of the perpetrators were members of the XII and 3 were civilians. So there are 10, right? 6 members of the XII and 3 civilians. One of them, Brother Roy, is still on the DPO until now, said Becca during a press conference Tuesday. One who's still at large is named Roy Martin Hawaii. From the results of the reconstruction of the mutilation case, Roy's role was revealed. Komnas HAM said Roy was not the main actor. The police were asked to arrest him immediately. So many conversations that the public caught him. One of the various statements stuck in Roy Martin Hawaii. How come he seems to be the main actor? So Roy is not the main actor, he's just the perpetrator. And it is important that the police immediately arrest Roy, so that this incident will become clearer, said Komnas HAM Commissioner Chodol Anam. In addition to the DPO issue, Komnas HAM also disclosed the number of findings. Here's a summary. The number 1 is alleged mutilation victims tortured and dignity degraded. Komnas HAM assessed that there were acts of violence and human sacrifices that cost lives in these cases. Becca said the Komnas HAM team had carried out a number of mutilation events for Papuans. What is important to be highlighted by Komnas is information on allegations, violence, and human treatment of human dignity until the end of life. So there are allegations, violence, and other treatments that respect dignity and worth, said Becca. Komnas HAM also counts the number of parties involved in the mutilation of Papuans. Those who were questioned start from investigators from the police, XII investigators, to the victim's family. Examinations were also carried out on a number of perpetrators consisting of members of XII and civilian actors. Currently, 1 perpetrator is still at large. Then there were 6 members of the XII and 3 civilians. So there were 10. 6 members of the XII and 3 civilians. One of them, Brother Roy, is still on a DPO until now, said Becca. Second is, there are sacks for the mutilated victims' body pieces. Komnas HAM Papua Representative Office had inspected the location of the killings and mutilations in Mimika, Papua. That location was the scene of the murder and the place where the pieces were dumped. We reviewed the location, so we immediately visited the location of the murder, which was located on an empty land in SP1 of the new Mimika district, Mimika Regency, Papua. At night, the location was quiet and there were no lights. Then also directly inspected the location of the mutilation, said Becca. Becca said the location of the mutilation was located on a road that residents had not used for a long time. At that location, Komnas HAM found the remains of pieces of sacks that were used to insert the victims' body parts before being disposed of. The mutilation process was carried out on Jalan Lamalopon, which has not been used by the community for a long time. The location still found pieces of the sack used to insert the victims' body parts, but there were no more traces of blood found on the location, he said. Komnas HAM then inspected the location of the discarded body parts of the victims. This location is on the river in Kampung Pigapu. The perpetrator threw all the sacks containing the victim's body into the Kampong Pigap River. So they were put in the sack, then thrown into the Sack River, he said. That was a glimpse of today's news. Thank you for following this news to the end. See you in the next news. Bye.